Real Madrid have one former Chelsea player on their books at the moment in Antonio Rudiger, but they are eyeing a move for another player from Stamford Bridge. La Liga leaders are reportedly preparing to make a surprise move to sign Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez, according to South American sources via The Sun. Fernandez joined Chelsea in 2023 for a record £106 million from Benfica after his World Cup triumph. However, despite consistently strong performances in his 87 appearances for the club, he has yet to fully justify his hefty price tag. Ancelotti is reportedly hoping that signing Fernandez could help revive Real Madrid's European aspirations and secure the La Liga title. Real Madrid are looking to propose a straight swap deal, sending Aurelien Tchouaméni to Chelsea in exchange for Fernandez. Tchouaméni has had to play out of position this season, often filling in as a centre-back due to injuries in Madrid's defensive line, including Eder Militao's long-term absence. The Spanish club is reportedly keen to make the move as a direct player swap, with no additional cash involved. Despite being a highly rated player, it's still unclear whether Chelsea have any interest in Tchouaméni. There is no doubt about the quality of the Frenchman, but he is a more defensive player than Fernandez, and that is something that the Chelsea team does not need. More than defensive stability, they need creativity in the middle of the park, something which Fernandez provides. Tchouaméni has started 15 league games this season, but the defender is not entirely happy in the Spanish capital. In my own opinion, I know Tchouaméni is very good, but we can give Enzo Fernandez for a straight swap. It has to be plus cash because Enzo Fernandez is better. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Chelsea have notoriously spent big since the arrival of Todd Boehly in 2022, with the American owner splashing over £1 billion on new additions in the near 3 years he's spent at the helm. Various areas of the squad have been subject to huge change, aiming to provide Enzo Maresca with the goods to help the Blues mount a push for a place in the top four of the Premier League. Since his arrival, the Italian has bolstered his side with the additions of multiple players, most notably Pedro Neto, who cost the hierarchy £54 million from fellow top-flight side Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Portuguese star has already registered 11 combined goals and assists across all competitions, helping the club edge one step closer to a place in the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League. However, the move to lend the 24-year-old in the summer meant numerous departures for multiple attacking players, with various options leaving Stamford Bridge on loan. Armando Broja came through the ranks at Chelsea, eventually making the leap to the first team back in the 2020-23 season, but an ACL injury would halt his progress in West London. He's since fallen down the order, subsequently joining Everton on loan for the current campaign, but his injury issues have restricted him to just 6 appearances across all competitions to date, failing to find the back of the net too. Raheem Sterling is another big money signing made by Boehly, joining for £50 million from Manchester City in the American's first window in charge of the club. However, the move hasn't gone to plan, registering just 19 goals in 81 appearances, with Maresca deciding to loan the Englishman out to Arsenal for 2020 for 25ths, also struggling to make an impact, scoring just once in 22 outings. The aforementioned pair aren't the only players currently out on loan away from the Bridge, with one other former first team member enjoying his spell away from the club. There's no denying that huge money has been wasted on players not up to the level required in 2025, as seen by Sterling's addition, which is likely to see them lose a fortune on their investment. However, the mammoth investments were apparent even before Boehly's arrival, with the previous ownership forking out £72 million for the signature of goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga in the summer of 2018. Such a fee was a world record for a goalkeeper, undoubtedly putting huge pressure on the Spaniard to perform and demonstrate why such a hefty fee was splashed out for his services. Despite making 163 appearances during a 5-year spell, his time in London was as glittered with penalty shootout errors, refusing to be withdrawn against Manchester City before missing the decisive spot kick against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. He's since endured a loan spell at Real Madrid as a backup goalkeeper before joining up with Bournemouth on a temporary basis for the current campaign, keeping 5 clean sheets under boss Andoni Iraola. It was reported in recent days that the 30-year-old wants to make his move permanent this summer, with Maresca desperately needing to cash in on the keeper who has previously been dubbed shocking by creator Alex Goldberg. He earns £150,000 per week on his current deal at the Bridge, which expires in the summer of 2026, earning a total of £7.8 million per season, taking his total pay to £39 million, a staggering amount given his lack of positive impact. When combining his £72 million fee with his total wages, He's cost £111 million, which works out to £680,000 per appearance, with the Blues needing to prevent losing any further funds by getting rid of him in the coming months. There's no denying that they will lose a huge amount of money on their investment, but ultimately, the time has come to finally get rid of the goalkeeper on a permanent basis. His impressive form on the South Coast could allow the Cherries to decide to buy Arrizabalaga permanently, putting an end to his disastrous spell in the capital. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, thank you. Jadon Sancho 10-game drought proves Man United were right. He would add to Ruben Amorim's list of problems. Jadon Sancho is failing to meet expectations whilst on loan at Chelsea. After falling out with Erik ten Hag, Jadon Sancho knew he had no future at Manchester United before he signed for Chelsea on loan. United have been trying to sell Sancho since January 2024 when the club had to settle for a loan to Borussia Dortmund. Sancho showed occasional flashes of brilliance for the Bundesliga outfit, even reaching the Champions League final, but there were no outright buyers for Sancho when his loan deal expired in the summer. A deal was eventually struck with Chelsea as United agreed to loan the player with an obligation to buy. The obligation is believed to be worth £25 million, and they must follow through with it unless they finish 15th or lower in the Premier League. The struggle continues for Sancho on loan at Chelsea. Sancho's recent outings have included disappointing performances against Morecambe, Bournemouth, and Copenhagen. These figures suggest Chelsea will be regretting their decision to sign Sancho on loan with an obligation. It has turned out to be good business for United, though they won't recoup half of the money they paid to sign Sancho in 2021. It doesn't help that back at Old Trafford, United's forward players are struggling in front of goal. Rasmus Højlund has failed to score in his last 19 matches for United, and Joshua Zirkzee has just 6 goals across all competitions in his debut season. Another player struggling in front of goal is Alejandro Garnacho, who has been unable to find the back of the net in the last 22 games. United suffered several injury setbacks last month, but at least Amorim hopes to have Amad Diallo back before the end of the season. Amad has been a huge loss in terms of providing a threat in the final third. United have less firepower in attack without the Ivorian on the pitch. Sancho's stats suggest he would only add to Amorim's problems at Old Trafford. Ineos will be looking forward to receiving £25 million for his signature this summer. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea injury update ahead of Leicester fixture. Ahead of Chelsea's league fixture with Leicester, Maresca did share plenty of updates regarding the fitness of several Blues players. Wesley Fofana is available for selection on the weekend, while Romeo Lavia is back in training. Elsewhere, Nicholas Jackson, Noni Madueke, Marc Guiu and Aaron Anselmino remain sidelined with their respective injury problems. It's encouraging to hear that Chelsea striker Jackson is back running on the grass, but he's not expected back until after March's international break. Wes Fofana is training with us and he has been for more than 10 days now, so he is back and can be involved, Maresca said via Chelsea's official website. Romeo Lavia has also started to work with us. This is good news, but we have to be patient with him because he is still quite far away from being 100% fit and ready. But he is starting to work with us again, and this is good news. The rest are the same as before. There is no update on those players. Nicholas Jackson, Noni Madueke, Marc Guiu and Aaron Anselmino, they're all out still. Mika has started to do some running outside, which is good, but I don't think there is any change with his status. We are still looking at after the international break for him before returning. Jackson hasn't played since the 3rd of February against West Ham because of a hamstring problem, which has left a significant void in the Chelsea team. According to Paul Merson, Jackson's absence has impacted Cole Palmer in a negative way. The injured 23-year-old star isn't a clinical goalscorer yet, but he brings so much to the team with his work on and off the ball. In the absence of Jackson versus Leicester, Pedro Neto should be picked to lead the line again. The Portuguese attacker should be fresh and ready to start because he was an unused substitute on Thursday against Copenhagen. We've seen in Neto's last 2 appearances for Chelsea him playing more centrally rather than on the wing, which has worked out superbly well. Neto admits he likes playing striker, especially because it's less running for him than on the wing. He certainly looks like the best option to play centrally in the contest against Leicester. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, thank you.